SHN Live is an online audio and visual production company based out of Austin, Texas that specializes in broadcasting live events. Hi, I'm Carl Schoening, the Director of Broadcasting and co-founder of SHN Live. When my business partner Rob Hipp and I started SHN Sports in 2015, we made our slogan, "Your Team, Your Broadcast," because we envisioned bringing live broadcasting to undercovered sporting events as affordable as possible to schools and organizations. We started out with Georgetown ISD high schools and in 5 years have expanded to 6 states with over 30 affiliates, while also doing production for NCAA teams, conference tournaments, and even the NCAA Division II basketball tournament. In 2020, we rebranded to SHN Live as we provide resources and training for more than just sports. SHN Live is for anyone interested in any kind of online media production. We make broadcasting on our platform free, and we teach our affiliates how to most cost-effectively start broadcasting. If you have a computer, we can teach you the basics of live streaming today. If you become an affiliate, you can put on live streams that look and sound professional once you have collected all of our recommended equipment. And by being an SHN affiliate, we will provide sales support, audio and visual elements to improve your broadcast such as static and motion graphics, access to our Facebook SHN Live affiliates page, and on-demand troubleshooting and tutorial videos. You can also contact Rob or myself for help, and we'll get back to you free of charge. Rebranding in 2020, SHN Live started because of one question. Why pay third-party companies hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year for live streaming when you can own your own equipment and put on a professional quality live stream at any time yourself? With SHN's platform, you can control everything from who is on your broadcast to keeping 100% of your advertisement money sold. While SHN will try to sell advertisements with national companies across the network and then give a kickback to participating broadcasts. If you want your broadcast to look and sound the best possible, we recommend getting the SHN Live Academy subscription, where we teach you everything you need to know about online media production. For an affordable monthly investment, you will get a credit towards SHN services, access to monthly broadcasting webinars produced by SHN Live, monthly broadcast critiques, access to advanced SHN video tutorials where we teach fundamentals of broadcasting with experienced professional broadcasters, and how we create our audio and visual elements so you can make your broadcast more personalized, as well as discounted rates for our services such as making those broadcast elements, emergency support calls when service can be available, and enhanced sales support for your broadcast. If you want your events to be broadcast professionally and on your own budget, fill out the form below.
Hi, my name is Rick Kennedy, and I'm running for United States Congress here in the 17th District in Central Texas. Healthcare is far and away the most important issue to the people of Central Texas. And while our healthcare system is incredibly complex, what people want from healthcare is really quite simple. They want access to quality healthcare, and they don't want to go broke or bankrupt trying to pay for it. That's why I support the Medicare for America Act. Medicare for America will provide access to quality healthcare for all Americans. It will provide protection for bankruptcy due to healthcare costs. It will help us rein in the cost of prescription drugs by allowing the government to negotiate prices with pharmaceutical companies, and unlike other proposals, will not outlaw private health insurance.
Welcome everybody tonight to Van Memorial Stadium, where the Mexia Black Cats come in to look to go 2-0 in their district play, and the Vandals are opening up to try to earn that first district win tonight. It's going to be a cool game. There's no breeze blowing up here in the stadium right now, and I'm looking at the flags, and there's no wind blowing on the flag. But I look for it to be a great matchup with the Black Cats and the Vandals tonight. We got about 20 minutes before game time starts, and so we're going to sit there and have a few commercial breaks from our sponsors. I want to thank Mexia Sports Network for allowing us to live stream the game with me and Wallace High, which will be here shortly. We ask you to join and watch and root your Black Cats on and just enjoy the game. Make sure that we keep our comments positive towards these kids, for we know that these are still young kids out there playing football, some of them still trying to learn the game of football, and we just want to keep it respectful here on this network. So we ask you to just make sure you're courteous to the players and to the fans that are commenting tonight. But we look for a great game tonight against your Mexia Black Cats and the Vandals here at Van Memorial Stadium. We got about 19 more minutes left, and we will be back in probably about 15 more minutes to give you a little update on what's going on and what time the game's going to start. So stay tuned, stay with us. I want to thank Greer Media for allowing this also, and all of our sponsors, Simpson's Fireworks, Forest Glade Baptist Church, Heritage Real Estate, Photo Trappings in Mexia, Big Drip, and tonight we're just going to do it, y'all. We're going to play our Black Cat game, and we will be back with you here in a few minutes.
Neighbors and friends, hi. My name is Freddie Greer Sr., and I'm a candidate for Limestone County, Mexia, Texas City Council District 2. For over 20 years, I have volunteered my time, energy, and leadership to serve my community. I'm a proud father and a concerned citizen. I'm approachable, available, and I want to serve as your next City Council member for District 2, and I approve this message.
Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know and some may not know this business is funded by the owner and co-owner. However, we do offer sponsorships during sports seasons. When you sponsor a spot on the Mexia Sports Network, you get advertisement during live games. Also, your sponsorship assists in obtaining shirts for our announcers and equipment that is used to bring you better services. Thank you all to past and present for your support.
If you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC Realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson. Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats! Mexia Insurance Services proudly supports Mexia ISD, the Mexia Black Cats, and the Mexia Lady Cats. Located at 811 Milam Street and serving the Tri-County area insurance needs for over 30 years, with coverages for auto, home, business, life, health, and renters, as well as bonds. Call today for a free quote and a review of your current coverage. 254-562-3894. Go Cats!
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mexia. Big Drip offers a variety of the latest styles of urban clothing, serving boys and men of all sizes from toddlers to 6XL. Big Drip Fashion Hall is guaranteed to meet all of your fashion needs. Come check us out, 1335 East Milam Street in Mexia, across from Hibbett Sports.
For over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
Neighbors and friends, hi. My name is Freddie Greer Sr., and I'm a candidate for Limestone County, Mexia, Texas City Council District 2. For over 20 years, I have volunteered my time, energy, and leadership to serve my community. I'm a proud father and a concerned citizen. I'm approachable, available, and I want to serve as your next City Council member for District 2, and I approve this message.
by Eagle Auto Parts, located on Main Street. For more information, visit eagleauto.com. Today's game brought to you by...
To Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer & Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
Welcome back to Van Memorial Stadium. Right now we're having the Pledge of Allegiance played by the Vandal Band. Here in a minute we will have your captain calls as they step out on the field. We'll give a minute and show respect for the country with our national anthem. All right, looks like we're getting ready to go. The captains will be stepping out on the field shortly to take the toss. Tonight it looks like we have from Mexia number 7, Jabrian Busby for the Black Cats as captain. And number 15 for the Vandals, it will be Marico Herrera for the Vandals as a captain as they come to meet in the middle of the field to take the coin toss. Wallace High, James Deichler on the call tonight. Wallace will be here shortly with this. He had a little bit of a mishap on the way out to the game, so he's running just a tad behind. Mexia has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half, so Mexia will kick the ball off starting this game in the first quarter with the Vandals receiving. They're lining up now. Now we're just getting ready to roll, y'all. Welcome to Mexia Sports Network and Mexia Black Cats tonight here at Van Memorial Stadium. We'd like to welcome everybody. We'd like to thank our sponsors tonight who helped this production continue to roll on so we can give you your local Mexia Black Cat games. Looks like a handoff. Number 5, he gets up there for a good run for about 7 yards. Wallace, welcome.
Hey.
Welcome. Y'all, Mr. High's here, and he will take over, and I will color for him. Welcome to the game, sir. I'm glad you made it.
Sorry, we had a little car trouble on the way down, but we were able to get that fixed and get here. So it looks like we'll have number 7 in the backfield, 5 neck flank to his right, have twins to the top, twins to the bottom. Rainey barks out the signal to his lineman. He steps back, snaps back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. No, Rainey keeps it around the left edge, and he's out around the left side, and he's grabbed and drug out of bounds by Lamaria Miller on that play.
Yeah, Lamaria had a little bit of a good block on him there to allow the quarterback to get around and get that first down.
Yeah,
but that was a good catch-up by Miller.
Yeah, and quarterback was able to get across midfield and down to the 41-yard line where the ball will be spotted. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Vandals. They have trips to the top, single receiver down low. Snap back to the quarterback. Ball's on the ground. It's picked up by 5, and then he's buried there. And that looked like number 64 for Mexia.
And that would be James Abraham. He came in with some urgency that time. That's what we want to see from our defensive line. We want to see them be able to make some havoc in the backfield tonight to disrupt that explosive offense for the Vandals.
It would be twins up top, twins down at the bottom of the field. 7 at quarterback, 5 at running back to his left. Snap back, and he'll drop back to pass, and the Black Cats kind of sniff it out. Then there's a pass that's caught on the right side because we had a defender go for the ball and miss it, and then the receiver hauled it in and turned upfield for another first down.
Yeah, they look like B.J. Sunday. He kind of had a key on that pass there. No, I'm sorry.
I believe that was Chris Bradley, number 20, looks like.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris Bradley. I thought he was fixing to deflect that pass. It was great defense by the Black Cats. They were just able to sneak that pass in there.
So it'll be Van back up to the line. They look over and check with their coaching staff. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Snap back. Quarterback drops. He's looking to throw. He throws it down the field. He has a man outside, but he leads him into the black hat tunnel at the back of the end, out of play.
Yeah, I think the refs might ask them if they might scoot their tunnels back a little bit, because that can be dangerous. Going in there with them cleats on and it catching your cleat and causing an injury. But that was great defense by the Black Cats on that pass.
Yeah, and that time the quarterback looks like the receiver had a step on him, but the quarterback led him too far. It'll be snapped back. Handoff around the left side is on a little end around, and that's going to be number 5. That was a great job by Trey Holman at staying at home and rallying to the runner to limit his gain on that second down run.
Yeah, Trey Holman, he kind of bust through there and limited that gain to only about 4 yards. Now it's going to make it about 3rd and 6 for the Vandals, and that's one thing you want to see is the Black Cats coming up, playing downhill, and making sure that the Vandals can't get going.
Ball on the Mexia 21-yard line as Van checks over with their coaching staff again, and 7 moves back into the shotgun. Running back to his right, he looks to throw, and now he keeps it, and he runs, and he cuts back to the left. He picks up some good blocks, and he's going to get all the way down to about the Mexia 13-yard line, which will be enough yardage for a first down. As that time there's just a little delayed draw, a quarterback draw, as the quarterback dropped back to look to seem like he was going to pass, and then he took off running and was able to cut back to the left and pick up positive yardage.
Yeah, that's the same thing that the Black Cats do. The Vandals are great with the quarterback on the quarterback read. He's usually a pretty good, smart quarterback.
Snap back, and he looks to throw. It's going to be a screen as it opens up, and Mexia is there, and they do a good job of getting to the receiver pretty quick, but he does pick up about 4 yards on that reception.
Yeah, Wallace, I don't know if you noticed, but that's one thing that we didn't see last week. The runner's progress was stopped, and the ref was quick to blow that whistle. And like we were saying, sometimes that can cause injuries if you don't go ahead and blow that whistle once the progress is stopped.
It'll be 7 in the backfield, 5 to his left, snap back, handoff to 5. Oh, and he's met us right at the point of exchange. And that looked like Dontavius Daniels.
Yeah, that's a great play by Dontavius Daniels, shielding his block and getting loose and getting to number 5 before he can get going, which he only got, probably about a yard on that carry?
I don't think they marked it as a no – I think they marked it as a no gain. He's still at the 9. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 5 here, a long 5 for the Vandals. As 5 stays in the backfield, looks like they'll snap it to him as they're in their Wildcat look, and he looks to run, and he's wrapped up there. I'm not sure who that was that hit him first. Looks like number 26, DeAndre Sandals, was the first man there, and he wrapped him up, and the other Black Cats got there and got him to the ground. That's going to bring up 4th and short here for the Vandals. Looks like they're going to have 2 yards to try to get a first down as the ball is spotted right at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I think Sandals is just picking up where he left off last week, Wallace.
And you have 7 back in the backfield with 5 next to him. No, 5's going in motion. There's going to be a fake handoff. They're going to look for the receiver out left. And then there's a man. Oh, and they're scrambling to get to him. Oh, and now that's going to be Jabron Busby, who's able to get to the quarterback before he can make a play. And he's going to be a drop for a loss of about 4 on that. And that'll be a turnover on downs as Mejia's defense was able to hold on that play.
Yeah, the Black Cats, they allowed a drive to take off almost about 5 minutes on the clock. But, we have that bend but don't break defense, and that was great by the Black Cats to pursue on the quarterback and make sure that he wasn't able to get that pass off. So we can kind of give that tackle to the secondary because they had great coverage all the way down the field.
And even more so on that cornerback over to the right side of the defense, left side of the offense. As they sent number 5 in motion, the cornerback started going with him, and when they faked the handoff, they tried to wheel the running back out of the backfield, and Mexia was able to stay home and defend it. And now we got the handoff to Wiley around the left side, and he's up the field, and he's up to midfield as he's drug out of bounds there.
Number 5, Jarrell.
That was an explosive play by Wiley, and that's a great start by the Mexia offense. If you watch a lot of Black Cats, Black Cats were a quick scoring team, but tonight, you know, we're going to make sure we take a lot of time
line
off
up
the field.
tight. Miller under center, handoff up the middle, and Mejia pushes forward. Looks like a gain of about 1 on that run, and that was Wiley again. It's like you said on that last play, Wiley was able to just get it, and I think if they fooled the defense and Wiley just showed his speed, and there's just number 1 at free safety was the only person that could get to him and get him out of bounds before he took it into the end zone.
Yeah, it was a great play by Wiley, you know, getting out and getting around.
Ball at the Mejia 49. Miller under center, snaps back, handoff to Jones around the left side. He dives up to right at midfield as he picks up a yard on that one with 6:18 left in the first quarter. Mejia moving the ball up to midfield. It'll be 3rd and about 8 here for the Black Cats.
Yeah, it looked like Jones tried to cut it back inside, but whenever he did, that left foot kind of slipped out from underneath him.
Yeah, and then all he could do was just dive forward and try to pick up the yardage that he could, and he was able to still pick up a yard on that. As Mejia gets their offensive call in the huddle, they break huddle, come to the line. Miller will be in shotgun. Snap back to Miller. Miller keeps it around the right side, and he's going to be met by a gang of Vandal defenders.
Yeah, it looked like number 14 from the Vandals came up and put the helmet on Miller, and you don't see that much happening to Miller, you know.
No, he tried to hop over a lineman that was down on the ground, and once he got in the air, the defender was able to knock him backwards. But that's going to bring up 4th and about 7 for Mejia, so they send out the punt unit as Van has number 5. That'll be Javante Thomas and one other over back, and this is going to be a low line drive kick that hits and rolls down inside the 20 for Mejia. It'll be down inside the 16-yard line where Van will have to take over on their second offensive possession. It didn't look like the prettiest of punts, but it was effective as it got inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and that's the thing about those rugby punts. You know, it might be low and it might not be carrying far in the air, but if you get that good initial roll, you know, you can get a great roll out of it, and the Black Cats did, and it put the ball on the Vandals' 16-yard line.
Mejia's defense out and it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and the Black Cats stuff it up at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a short gain there, as it looked like big.
Number 9, Zion Dunn, the ball carrier.
DeAndre Sandals,
yeah, Sandals came in.
And I think that's Jacob Adams over at
number 50 for the Black Cats.
As they were able to stop that run through the middle. As Van gives a hard count, then checks over with their coaching staff, which this is something different, James, because usually the coaches can't be that far down the field.
Can't be past the 25.
But snaps back, handoff.
Ball's
loose. Mejia picks it up. Oh, and it looked like Jawan Wright was going to be able to scoop that ball up and run it in, but he didn't get it clean, so he was very smartly just dove down on top of it, and Mejia will take over with the ball at the Van 15-yard line.
And that's one thing you want to see, Wallace, on a loose ball like that. If you initially try to pick it up and run and you don't get a good hold on it, then fall on it because you're going to get the ball anyway.
And that's what, and exactly, James, just as you said, you know, he didn't make the mistake as if he tried to scoop and score and he bobbled it. He didn't keep trying to pick it up and let a Van player dive on it. He just got down on it to get possession back from Mejia. So Keaton Dunn went up high to make the play, and the defender just grabbed his arms and pulled him down before the ball got there. Yeah. So I'm sure that's pass interference in the end zone. That'll move the ball up to, I believe, the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and that, you know, that's one thing that we really haven't seen a lot of is on our side. And I'm not trying to just be one-sided, but we have a lot of pass interference calls that we're not getting going our way, which they did call pass interference on the Vandals, which will give the Black Cats the ball at the 2-yard line. And with 3:29 to go in the first quarter, Wallace, is a great start by the Black Cats offense.
Right, and that was number 1, Blaine Chamness, the defensive back for Van, who picked up that penalty, which it was a very clear penalty as Miller goes under center. We a snap back, handoff around the left side, and that's going to be Trey Jones as he dives into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a great job by the offensive line there,
Yeah.
creating that hole there on the left side.
Yeah, they gave him a really good running lane that time, and he dove, but I don't think he even really had to because he wasn't
I think
touched
he
on
dove
the play.
after he got in the end zone.
Yeah. And now Mexia lines up in their swinging game of it, or their extra point. Now they'll go into their traditional field goal formation, as it'll be Gustavo Martinez kicking with B.J. Sunday on the hold. Snaps back, ball's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3:26 left in the first quarter, Mexia struck first as they were able to get into the end zone, and Martinez was able to add the extra point. Mexia leads 7-0. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more first quarter action with Mexia Blackcats versus Vandals.
Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Blackcats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC Realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots of and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites.
And we're
Call
back
Heritage-
here. We're back here in at Vandal Field as Mexia kicks off after the touchdown. It'll be a short kick by Martinez. It'll be returned as the returner got a lane, and he's still on his feet, and he's still rumbling across midfield and down to about the Mexia 45-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like number 12 from Van, who received that ball about the 25-yard line, and he had an open lane right up the middle, and he basically wasn't touched until they got up to about the 50-yard line. But that's one thing that I'm pretty sure the coaches are going to get together for special teams and say, hey, that we need to go ahead and correct that so that doesn't happen too much.
Exactly. And I think what it looked like was you had a couple guys flying around the outside, and it looked like they were all running around and not up the middle. And that was Bradshaw for Van, was able to just corral the ball and just run straight forward and pick up big yards. So it'll be snap back to 5, direct snap. He takes off around the left side, and he'll be ushered out of bounds across the 30-yard line down to the Mexia 26.
Yeah, and that's one thing you're going to see from the Vandals tonight, Wallace, is a lot of Wildcat. That number 5,
they're going to try to get it in his hands as much as possible.
Yeah, as we saw last week, Nichols, number 24 for Brownsboro, was kind of the go-to guy, which seems like number 5 is lining up in a Wildcat again.
Man flank to his right. He'll keep it again as he runs up the middle. And he'll be met there after some positive yardage by Miller, but that not until he gains about 10 yards or about 9 yards on that run. So he'll bring up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, that's one thing that the Blackcats need to recognize is when he's lined up in Wildcat is 9 times out of 10 he's gonna run the ball because he's kind of like that explosive, hard-hitting runner, kind of like Wiley is. Once he gets in the open field, he's gonna come at you helmet for helmet and try to take advantage of it.
And here we have him back in the backfield once again. The new running back next to him to his right. There's going to be some movement there. As it looked like there's a couple guys leaned and flinched. It's going to be called against the center for a legal snap, as I think he fooled his guys more than the defense.
And, the center – Wallace, that's a hard job to do. You have to have total control before you snap that ball.
Man in motion. It's going to be 5 keeping it around the right side this time. And the Blackcats are able to get there and grab 5 by the ankles before he could turn the corner good, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked like number 26. Sandals again came up and made that tackle. You know, he's been all over the field tonight, and he's been pretty sure on his tackles tonight. And that's one thing you need to see from the Black Cats is make sure that once you get that first initial hit, you know, if you can't stop them, at least slow them down and let your team catch up with you.
And here in the backfield, we'll get 5 still in the Wildcat. Snap back. He'll keep it. And he's hit there by the Black Cats, and he's going to be short. It's going to bring up 4th down as he gets right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a foot loss on that play. It'll bring up 4th and about a long 2, maybe 3 here for the Vandals.
Yeah, it looked like Dontavius Daniels shot up in there in the middle and stopped him before he could get going. It was a great job by the Black Cat defense. You know.
And right here, if you're Mexia, you've seen them run out of the Wildcat over and over, and now they're going to move 5 out to a receiver. You know they want to get the ball in his hands, so you have to look for it as they brought the quarterback back into the backfield. So it'll be number 7, Jackson Rainey at quarterback, and Van's going to take a timeout here as they think about what they're going to do on 4th down. As they take a timeout, we're going to take a timeout as well. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Mexia leading 7-0. We'll be back at Van Vandal Field as Mexia Black Cats take on the Van Vandals.
For over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mexia. Big Drip offers a variety of the latest styles of urban clothing, serving boys and men of all sizes from toddlers.
All right, and we're back here at Vandal Field as Van has their offense out with a 4th and 3. 4th and 3 here for Van of the Mexia 19-yard line as they look over to their coaching staff. And there's going to be some movement up front by Van, which will be a false start, and that'll move them back 5 yards. It'll make it 4th and 8 here for the Vandals.
Yes, I'm kind of confused on that, Wallace, because it looked like they're still trying to get set.
Well, what it was, they had a lineman who had put his hand down on the ground, and then he pulled it up to try to look at the coaching staff, which you're able to do that, but you can't put your hand down.
Right.
So it'll be Rainey in the backfield. They look over to the coaches. He gives the signal to his line and moves back into the shotgun. It'll be snapped back. He's looking to throw. He throws over the middle. Oh, and that ball's deflected. And it's going to be a turnover on downs as it falls to the ground, incomplete. That was a great job by the Mexia defense of getting in the passing lane and just knocking that ball to the ground.
Yeah, that's one thing you've seen from the Black Cats defense tonight. In this first quarter, we gotten 3 turnovers, 2 of them on downs and 1 of them deep into Van Vandal's territory. And the Black Cats defense is playing very solid tonight in this first quarter.
And Mexia's offense out on the field, it'll be Miller under center. And there's going to be some contact by the Van defensive line as they came across and hit the Mexia offensive lineman before the snap.
Yeah, and we know that, Van, they had an off week last week, and, whenever you have that extra week of rest and you come to a game, sometimes you might be a little jittery, and, they're trying to get that first district win, which they know that the Black Cats already got their first one last week against Brownsboro, so maybe their urgency is just is getting to them just a little bit.
And it'll be Miller under center. It's going to be a snap back, handoff to around the left side. And that'll be looks like Trey Jones on the carry. He picks up a gain of about 1. As he gets just back to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Mexia's going to let the clock run out here in the first quarter as we're down to 15 seconds and running. Mexia leads 7-0 here. Van keeps their defense on the field just in case, but we're down to 5 seconds in the quarter. And as the clock runs out, Mexia leads the game 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. we're going to take a timeout as the teams flip ends of the field, and we move into the second quarter, and we'll be back with more Mexia Black Cat football.
Don't forget, the Van Athletes.
Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know and some may not know this business is funded by the owner and co-owner. However, we do offer sponsorships during sports seasons. When you sponsor a spot on the Mexia Sports Network, you get advertisement during live games. Also, your sponsorship assists in obtaining shirts for our announcers and equipment that is used to bring you better services. Thank you all to past and present for your support.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience.
Well, I'm glad y'all are safe.
All right, and we're back here. Beginning the second quarter, Mexia with the football. It'll be Miller in the gun, snaps back, handoff to Wiley. He's around the right side and up the middle, and he's pushing forward, and he's out near the first down marker. Looks like they're going to mark him just short. He's going to bring up third and about 1 here for the Black Cats. The ball will be spotted at the Mexia 33-yard line.
Yeah, I thought his initial forward progress, Wallace, got him to the first down marker, but the ref did mark him about half a yard short. Oh, no, probably about a full yard. That was a great explosive by the Mexia Black Cat line. You know, they got great push that time and got Wiley that 7 yards.
Mexia will line up tight, Miller under center. He looks over and looks like Mexia didn't like what they saw out of the defense, so they call a timeout here. And so as they take a timeout, we're going to take another brief timeout as well. At 11:14 left in the second quarter, Mexia leading 7-0. We'll be back with more Black Cat football.
If you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
All right, and we're back here at Vandal Field. Mexia with the ball. Miller under center. It's 3rd and 1 here for the Black Cats. Snap back. Miller keeps around the left side. He puts his shoulder down, and he's going to be out near the 40-yard line.
Number 4, Arion Miller, the ball carrier.
They're going to mark him back at the 39. They marked him about a whole yard short of where he went down.
Yeah, but the first down marker, Wallace, was on the other side of the 39, so – you know, the point of the ball is on the line, so there's.
And they're going to mark it first down for the Black Cats.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like he got up to the 35, so I don't know why they would mark it a yard back.
Right, yeah. I mean, his whole body landed on the 35-yard line, you know, before he hit the ground. So, but they're going to mark it at the 34. Mexia gets the first down. It'll be 1st and 10. Black Cats, Miller under center. Snap back, pitch over to Holman. Holman makes a cut, and he's up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up there by the Vandals. And his progress was stopped, but not before he picks up about 4 yards on that carry, or about 3 yards on that carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 7 as the ball spotted at the Mexia 37-yard line.
And that's a good game plan by the Black Cats. You know, you don't have to get it all in one play. If you can eat 3 or 4 yards with each play, you slowly drive the ball, but you also run down the clock and keep your defense resting.
Mexia up to the line. Miller under center. Snap back. Handoff to Wiley. He's out around the right side. He makes a couple tacklers miss. Jump cuts back in, and he pushes forward, and he's out near midfield as he picks up the first down yardage and more.
Yeah, it looked like the Vandals had him for a loss of about 3 yards there, but with Wiley's quickness and speed and strength, you know, it allowed him to fight through and get that first down. Looks like we have a Vandal
There's
hurt
a Van
over there.
defender over on the Mexia sideline injured. So we're going to take a quick timeout as the trainers tend to the injured player and be back with more Mexia football. 10 minutes left in the second quarter.
Milestones and moments that become memories to last a lifetime. Brandy Garza at Photo Trappings Downtown Mexia is here to capture all of your milestones and moments, offering newborn, children, seniors, family, and special occasion photography. Visit Photo Trappings on Facebook for all the latest specials and mini sessions. Photo Trappings, 115 East Commerce, Downtown Mexia. Call or text 254-562-PICS.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together.
All right, and as we come back, that looks like number 6, Katie Erskine, who was the player that was down over on the Mexia sideline, as they help him across the field.
Thankfully, he's all right.
Yeah, it looks like he's off. He's walking off under his own power, but he looks maybe a little woozy over there. But we're back to action with Miller under center, snap back. It's going to be a handoff underneath to Wiley, and he's going to be wrapped up there by a couple Vandal defenders.
We had a late flag come in.
It looks like it might be a face mask penalty, as one of the Vandals kind of grabbed a hold of something and looked like he tried to snatch at the ball. and as soon as he did that, that flag came flying in. So I don't know, maybe his hand got caught in a face mask and he was trying to yank it out.
Yeah, that's one thing that you see from Van. They're pretty much a clean playing team.
Uh-huh.
So that wasn't a purposely face mask. Like you said, he was trying to probably reach for the ball and got his hand caught up in there, which that happens a lot.
And here it'll be Miller under center. He takes the snap. He drops back. He gets away from a defender. Oh, and he's upended as he throws. And that ball's going to fall short, as there were a couple Vandals in pursuit of Miller. As he looked to try to set his feet to throw, he wasn't able to get him turned, and they caught him in the air.
Yeah, that was almost dangerous there,
Yeah.
Wallace, because sometimes as a quarterback, there's times you've got to take the sack. And when Miller released that ball, it was up in the air forever and landed in the middle of the field. And when you throw a ball like that in a sea of red, there's no telling what's going to happen with it.
And not only that, he had to jump to try to make the throw back across his body. He saw that he had a receiver open down the field, but sometimes you do want to be safe and tuck that one and just run it. It'll be a handoff to Wiley as he hits the middle, and he's out around the left side, and he's across the 20. He's going to be snatched out inside the 10. They're going to mark him out just inside the 7-yard line, as Wiley's able to rip off another big run there for the Black Cats.
And that's the thing about Wiley, he hit that. He tried to hit that initial hole up the middle, but everything was blocked. And if you don't get your hands on him right away, he's going to be able to cut out with them legs he's got. He's got tremendous strength, and if you don't get him early in the backfield, he's going to break loose. And that's one thing he did, was got around and got down to about the 7-yard line.
And he did good of being patient, because the offensive line held their blocks, and he just ran into the back of them. But there was nobody there to wrap him up. It's going to be a snap back to Miller. He keeps around the left side, and he dives across the end line. And they're going to mark him
about the 2.
About the 2. I guess they're going to say he stepped out. But it looked like he dove from inside the hash marks and stretched across the pylon.
Yeah, like you said, Wallace, we don't have a TV screen monitor that we can watch up here. But from our angle, like you said, it looks like that whenever he dove, he was still in bounds and got the ball to the pylon. But apparently our eyes did deceive us there, and they marked him out at the 2-yard line, which will make it 2nd and goal for the Black Cats.
Yeah, and Mexia move up to the line of scrimmage as they're working down deep in the red zone again. Miller under center. Snap back. Handoff to Wiley. He dives in across, and it looks like we got both officials running down the line as the line judges look. And now they're talking. And they're
They mark him right, probably about 2 inches from the goal line.
He got up with everything above his knees in the white paint, and we're going to mark him at the 1 foot line here.
And I mean, it looked like he was in from here because you saw the Black Cats hold their hands up, and you saw with the heads of the Vandals, they go down like, dang, he scored, but apparently the ref said no.
Miller under center snap. And there's going to be a false start call here against Mexia, as it looks like the right side of the line took off early as Miller took the snap and dove into the end zone. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Black Cats.
It looked like they're going to call the penalty on number 57, Caden Grayson. Look, I guess apparently he moved
Maybe
a little early.
A fraction of a second too early.
So I was going to make it a very short 5 and goal with 3rd down to go with 7 minutes and 53 seconds left in the second quarter.
And that's tough. It'll be a snap. Miller under center. Going to get some movement here. Handoff, and that'll be – and he's across the end line that time. And that time, they're going to give him the touchdown as Terrell Wiley off around left tackle was able to push forward and get into the end zone. That one looked like he was closer to being down than the first couple.
I was wondering if the ref was going to see that he fell on top of a player and never did touch the ground.
And then he just stretched the ball out across the goal line. And now Mexia runs out their field goal unit as they're going to kick the extra point, with it being Martinez on the kick, Sunday on the hold. And that was a good job of Mexia, not only getting in the end zone, but running a lot of clock off during that possession. And we snap back, ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good by Martinez as Mexia extends their lead to 14-0. We're going to take a quick commercial break as the teams get ready to flip fields and we get the kickoff. Mexia leading Van 14-0 with 7:48 left in the second quarter.
Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know and some may not know this business is funded by the owner and co-owner. However, we do offer sponsorships during sports seasons. When you sponsor a spot on the Mexia Sports Network, you get advertisement during live games. Also, your sponsorship assists in obtaining shirts for our announcers and equipment that is used to bring you better services. Thank you all to past and present for your support.
And we're back here at in Van, Texas at Vandal Field as Mexia is taking on the Vandals. Mexia leading 14-0, and it'll be a kickoff from Martinez as he kicks it into the middle of the field. And it's going to be Van as they return it, number 12 again, as he keeps finding a little seam there in the middle of the field on those returns. He brings it back up to about the the Van 44-yard line on that return. It'll be marked right at the 43.
Yeah, that number 12 is Braden Bradshaw, who continues to run the ball back on the kickoff. So I understand that the Black Cats are trying to keep it away from John Tavius Thomas, number 5 from the Vandals. But it looks like you might need to start trying to keep it away from big number 12 there on the field.
And here goes Mexia defense back on the field. They've done a good job of holding Van to some turnovers on down. And here's going to be a handoff around the right side, and it's going to be number 9 that time on the carry.
Number 9,
Zion Dunn on that run as he picks up good yardage of about 11 yards and moves across midfield and gets a first down on that run for Van.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Vandals. They have that double dragon back there, number 9 and number 5. And, you have to make sure you keep your eye on both of them.
And here you'll have handoff again up the middle this time to 9. He'll get a short gain as he moves it up about 3 yards up to the Mexia 42-yard line.
And this is where I want to see the rest that the defense has had so far this first quarter. They should be fresh and continue to fight and cause havoc in that backfield.
It'll be Rainey. Handoff to Dunn around the left side, and the Mexia defense is going to string him out, and he's going to be tackled and thrown down. The ball is loose, and Mexia picks it up. As it was Lamarian Miller grabbed Dunn and went to throw him back, and as he did, he held onto the ball and popped it out of his grasp. And as it hit the ground, the Black Hat defender picked it up and was able to advance it about 3 or 4 yards.
Well, apparently, when Dunn got over there, I thought the forward progress would be stopped, but apparently he got out of the grasp of the tackler and continued running. So that allowed the defense to pursue and continue to fight for that ball and cause havoc and got the turnover. And that's great to see from the defense tonight.
Right, so Mexia will take over with the ball on the Mexia 49-yard line as they were able to force yet another turnover on the Van offense. It'll be Miller under center as the Mexia offense makes their way out onto the field. Snap back. Be a handoff, and it's Wiley as he carries across midfield, and he's going to be marked down around the Van 46-yard line.
Yeah,
it's going to be a gain of 5 on that run.
I'm sorry, Wallace. That's one thing you want to see from Black Cats on this drive. With 6:20 to go before halftime, you want to see the Black Cats run a lot of time off this clock, and that was a great 5-yard run by Wiley. And it looks like the offensive line is getting decent push tonight.
Right, yeah, and they're getting the zones, the blocks, and making the lanes that they need, and the running backs are hitting them hard tonight, and they're getting good yardage as Miller's under center. Be snap back, handoff to Wiley around the right side this time, and he's going to be right up to about the 45-yard line. As there's going to be a gain of about 1 for Wiley.
And it looked like the Vandals came out with the football, but they said that Wiley was down about the 45-yard line with 5:40 to go left before halftime.
Third and about 4 here for the Black Cats.
Not every play you have is going to be that home run play, but
right.
like I said, as long as you can take some time off this clock before halftime, even if you don't score, if you can take off about 3 or 4 minutes, that would be great for the Mexia Black Cats.
The play clock running down. Mexia hustles to the line of scrimmage. Miller under center, snaps back. He rolls. He keeps it. He sees a lane, and now he's running. And he's got a blocker out in front of him. A man locks up, and he's up the sideline, and he's into the end zone for a Mexia touch. Oh! And just as you said earlier, as he ran through the end zone, he got tripped up on something back there by the Black Hat tunnel. But he gets up as if he's not injured or hurt at all. He runs back into formation. And they look over to the sideline as they get the word from the coaches, and now Mexia will run out the kicking unit for the extra point. And that time, Miller looked like he was going to try to get around and put his head down just to pick up the first down. And then all of a sudden, he got a good block by his running back and a good seal on that right side from the line. And it just opened up for him, and then he was off to the races up the right sideline. It'll be Martinez on the kick. Sunday with the hole. Ball's up. It's through the end zone, the uprights, and it's going to be good as Mexia extends their lead to 21-0 with 5:07 left in the second quarter. Now, we saw a 21-0 lead last week.
You read my mind.
So we're gonna hope that we don't have all of that again, and Mexia's able to hold. So we're gonna have a quick break as we set for the kickoff. Mexia leading 21-0, 5:07 left in the first half.
Hi, my name is Rick Kennedy, and I'm running for United States Congress here in the 17th District in Central Texas. Healthcare is far and away the most important issue to the people of Central Texas. And while our healthcare system is incredibly complex, what people want from healthcare is really quite simple. They want access to quality healthcare, and they don't want to go broke or bankrupt trying to pay for it. That's why I support the Medicare for America Act. Medicare for America will provide access to quality healthcare for all Americans. It will provide protection for bankruptcy due to healthcare costs. It will help us.
Oh, and we're back here at Vandal Field as the Black Cats get set to kick off to Van Vandals after they are able to score their third touchdown of the first half. Mexia leading 21-0 over the Vandals. And this time it'll be Martinez again with the squiv kick up the middle of the field. And it'll be returned here by Van, and he's going to be brought down short of the 40 around the 36-yard line. And that was, again, number 12, Bradshaw for the Vandals as he was able to field that ball.
And like we said a while ago, Wallace, during the break, last week we saw a 21-point lead diminish before halftime last week. So hopefully we're not going to have that same hiccup tonight. Defense is playing great, causing turnovers. Offense is driving the ball.
Van back with their two backs flanked to each side of the quarterback. It'll be a snap back. It's going to be underneath handoff around the left side. It's going to be a pass. It's number 4 wide open down the field. As the misdirection fooled the Black Hat defense and everyone else.
It fooled me.
And the defensive back sucked up on the run, and number 4 was wide open down the field.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give kudos to the quarterback there.
That was a well-drawn-up play, too.
Yeah, if you don't have that great fake to the wheel around, that play's busted.
And that's a quick score there for Van. It's going to be kicks up, and it gets just over the uprights. And it's going to be a 21-7 game now, as Van was able to cut into that lead, and they cut the Mexia deficit to 14 as Mexia leads 27 over Van. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with more Mexia Black Hats versus Van Vandals.
Toddlers to 6XL, Big Drip Fashion Hall is guaranteed to meet all of your fashion needs. Come check us out, 1335 East Milam Street in Mexia, across from Hibbett Sports.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know.
All right, and we're back. Vandal Field here in Van, Texas, as the Van Vandals were just able to move down the field there on a big play, on a big pass play from the quarterback to the receiver. It's going to be a kickoff here, and it looks like it's going to be Holman on the return as he gets it, and he moves upfield, and he's through the defense. He makes a cut, and he's going to be out across the 45-yard line. It's going to be marked down around the 47 or 48 there, as he got a good return himself on that one.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't think that the Vandals would kick in Trey's direction, because they know that how much explosion he has on returns like that. I figured they'd try to keep it away from him.
Well, I noticed they moved Trey from the back up here to about the second line here just in front. And so now when they try to kick those little angled kicks over there, you have Holman returning. And so he was able to get a good return on that one. And the Mexia offense back on the field, they've been able to do well here in the first half as they scored 3 times. Snap back to Miller. He reverses field and cuts up, puts his head down, and he dives forward for about a yard gain. As he went to the right, it just kind of got stuffed up, and he didn't have anywhere to go, and he turned and just made the best out of it.
Yeah, I thought that was going to give him a yard gain there, Wallace, but it looked like they marked him right back at the line of scrimmage. But that was a good job by Miller, making sure that he didn't get tackled for a loss of yards there, because it could have easily been 2nd and 13 right now.
Right. And now we're going to have Miller under center again. It'll be a handoff this time around the left side to Jones, and he puts his head down and he runs forward for about 5 yards. It looks like they're going to give him 6 on the play as the ball's across midfield and down to the Van 46-yard line.
Yeah, with 3:50 left to go in the second quarter, that was a great 6-yard run by Jones, making it a feasible 3rd down and 4, because you didn't want to come in with a long 3rd down to go and then have to punt the ball away, because we already know that Van, they're an explosive offensive team, and they can score quick, as we saw a while ago.
If you're Mexia, you want to take advantage and get points on the board, because you'll get the ball to begin the second half. It's going to be a handoff to Holman around the right side, and he's able to get right near the 1st down marker.
It
looks like they're going to mark him just short.
And this is the question that you have now, Wallace. You know, do you want to try to call a timeout and think about maybe going for it, or?
I think right here you go for it. You're on their side of the 50. You're kind of in that in-between territory where you don't gain too much yardage on a punt and it's too far to kick a field goal. So you go for it and hope to get it, and if not, you have faith in your defense to hold. And it's going to be a false start there against Mexia. And that's where you have to be disciplined, and that looks like they're going to get Keaton Dunn there at that left tight end spot as he come out of his stance too early.
Yeah, I think now here, Wallace, you might want to go ahead and punt it away and try to pin the Vandals deep in their territory.
You're still at your 48. You know, if you run it, you can run a little bit of time off, but Mejia's going to choose to punt, and you try to get it down inside that 20, maybe inside the 10. And then you hold them with the fact that you have a lead now and you know you're going to get it after half. You try to pin them deep and you try to hold them before halftime.
Yeah.
As that clock still runs, you know, it looks like Mejia's going to run it down. There's going to be a snap over to Davila. And now he keeps it and he runs. And he takes a big hit that time. I'm not sure if that wasn't a drawn up run for him, but that hole closed really, really quick on the freshman punter, and he took a big hit at the end of it.
Yeah, it looked like he had a hole over there on the left side.
But he started right and tried to get back left. He just didn't have the speed to get around those defenders.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, it might have been a called play, and Coach probably told him, hey, if you see something, go ahead and take it, which I felt you probably still should have punted it away here with 2:24 to go in the second quarter.
And so here we snap back, dump off pass to number 5 out to the right, and there's going to be a big play there for Thomas as he got across midfield and down to about the 36-yard line of Mexia as Van starts to pick up the tempo.
First and 10 Vandals at the 35-yard line, at the 36-yard line.
It'll be Rainey in the backfield, Thomas to his left. Now he moves over to his right. Snaps back, handoff to Thomas, and he's met right there by the Black Hat defenders.
That was a great play by the defensive line, you know, getting a little bit of push there, making sure that Thomas couldn't get free in the middle.
Right.
Because he's got that great explosive speed and power. But the Black Hats have done a great job containing him to not so far with a minute and 40 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Van back up to the ball. Snaps back. It's going to be a dump pass out to the left this time, as it looks like a great play that time by number 4, Lamarian Miller, as he just shook the blocker off of him and then put his shoulder right into Thomas's gut and drove him backwards.
Yeah, we're gonna nickname Dontavius Miller the Missile, because he's coming up and just like a missile, just putting that helmet on the running backs or the initial runner that's coming on the outside.
And here you're going to get snap back as he looks to throw. He drops back, and the ball's thrown out to number 4. He catches it, and he's going to be tackled in the field of play, but that's going to be enough yardage for a first down. And that time there was soft coverage, and number 4 just sat down below him and made it an easy pitch and catch from the quarterback.
Yeah, and that also stops the clock for the Vandals, letting them get set up for this first down.
He snapped back. He looks to throw again. He's going to throw it out to the – and it's almost intercepted as B.J. Sunday ran right underneath that pass. B.J. read that play very well and broke on it and just was not able to pull it into his body when he got his hands on it.
I think the problem was he saw the ball, but he also saw all that green in front of him. If he would have intercepted that ball, he had a great, at least, if not 6, 20 to 30-yard return.
Here you got Van back in the drop. They dropped the pass. The quarterback keeps it. He's going to be chased, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds there as Miller escorted him over to the track on the Mexia side.
That's one thing you got to be careful on that too. You know that was close to out of bounds, but and you don't want to give Vandal any type of hope of a first down here with 38 seconds left to go before halftime.
Yeah, Miller did a good job of kind of checking up and not extending his arm or using force to get him out of bounds.
Yes.
And here Van goes back into their spread offense. It'll be Rainey in the backfield with Thomas in motion. And there's going to be a flag. Looks like some early movement by Van up front as they sent the man in motion and a lineman jumped.
And that's one thing you don't see a lot from the Vandals. You know, they're a pretty disciplined offense, and they really don't have a lot of penalties called on them on offense. And, you know, tonight so far, it looks like that the disciplined side is sticking on the Black Cats side.
And so that'll move them back to a third and about 12 for the Vandals. The ball placed at the Mexia 22-yard line with 38 seconds to go in the first half. Mexia defense looking to hold once again. It'll be Rainey in the backfield, snaps back. He drops looking to throw. He moves up in the pocket, and the Mexia defense gets out and the ball's loose. And it looks like Van was fortunate enough to dive down on that ball, which with the fumble and the recovery, it may give them enough for a first down.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about a yard past the marker. It looks like number 2 for the Vandals, Manny Moore was the one that fell on that loose ball.
And that was a great play by the Mexia defense as they rallied to the quarterback and they were able to knock it down. But unfortunately, when the ball hit, it rolled right to the feet of a Van receiver, and he was able to dive down on it right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you can see the motions by some of the Vandal team over there. They're saying, hey, they're coming hitting down at the ball, which that's what you're supposed to do as a defensive player, you know, when you go.
Tickets for next Friday night's game in Bullard are available.
I thought they were talking about something on the field. But as a defensive player, you know, that's one thing you do is when you go to make that tackle, you know, you punch down at the ball, and the Black Cats are doing a great job of causing havoc tonight with the football.
Everyone, including small children, must have a ticket to enter the stadium. Tickets will not be sold at the gate next Friday.
And here we have the Black Cats coming back out onto the field as Van still in their huddle on the sideline after the timeout. With 28 seconds to go, James, Mexia, if they can hold. They had a big play there and looked like they were going to be able to hold. It just didn't get the bounce the way they needed to.
Yeah, sometimes the ball just don't bounce your way.
And unfortunately, that time it bounced and rolled for a first down before Van was able to get onto it. And looks like Van will look over to their sideline as it will be Rainey in the backfield. Thomas in the slot will be done to his right. It's going to be a pass. And they throw it, and it's going to be number 4. Cuts inside of Bradley and on a little.
Number 7, Jackson Rainey, is complete to number 4, Luka Koshev, for the Vandal touchdown.
And that was just a little slant from the outside, and he got across the face of number 20, Chris Bradley, and it was an easy catch and touchdown there for the big receiver. Snaps back. Ball's up on the kick, and it's through the uprights, and it's good. So Van's able to cut into the Mexia lead even further now as they make it a 21-14 game. We're going to take a quick break with 25 seconds left in the first half in the second quarter, and we'll be back with more Black Cat football. All right, and as we come back here, it's Mexia Black Cats 21, Van Vandals 14. We have 25 seconds left before the half. Van was just able to go down the field and score a touchdown after they were after the unsuccessful fake punt by Mexia. And this ball will be kicked to B.J. Sunday. He gets it, and he's going to be hit right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, B.J., he tried to cut it up the middle because I guess he saw a crease there, but it closed quick, and the Vandals were able to stop him for no gain as he received the ball on about the 25 and was tackled there about the same spot where he caught the ball. But, like we said, Wallace, Van, they score a lot of points in the second quarter because, they're a team that starts to get things together with 21 seconds left. Miller's going to just kneel the ball, and they're going to go into the halftime with a 7-point.
Home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
For over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
Neighbors and friends, hi. My name is Freddie Greer Sr., and I'm a candidate for Limestone County, Mexia, Texas City Council District 2. For over 20 years, I have volunteered my time, energy, and leadership to serve my community. I'm a proud father and a concerned citizen. I'm approachable, available, and I want to serve as your next City Council member for District 2, and I approve this message.
Hi, my name is Rick Kennedy, and I'm running for United States Congress here in the 17th District in Central Texas. Healthcare is far and away the most important issue to the people of Central Texas. And while our healthcare system is incredibly complex, what people want from healthcare is really quite simple. They want access to quality healthcare, and they don't want to go broke or bankrupt trying to pay for it. That's why I support the Medicare for America Act. Medicare for America will provide access to quality healthcare for all Americans. It will provide protection for bankruptcy due to healthcare costs. It will help us rein in the cost of prescription drugs by allowing the government to negotiate prices with pharmaceutical companies, and unlike other proposals, will not outlaw private health insurance.
Welcome back to Van Memorial Stadium as the Black Cats are leading the Van Vandals 21-14 here at halftime. We're going to go over a couple of scores to let people know how things are going. Right now, number 7, Mansfield, is over Cleburne Yellow Jackets 14-2 at halftime. There's my safety I've been longing for all year. We have number 24 Arlington Colts over number 25 Marching Warriors. I'm sorry, Warriors over the Colts 24-21. We have Grand Prairie Gophers over the Sam Houston Texans in the second quarter, 27-13. We've got West Rusk leading Wyona Wildcats 35-0 in the second quarter. Lovejoy is down to Denison Yellow Jackets right now at halftime, 14-10. You got the Colony Cougars down to Westlake Wolverines at halftime, 17-13. Frisco Warriors are over Liberty Redhawks right now at halftime, 44-35. That looks like a dangerous game right there. You have Mart, number 21, Mart Panthers over Hubbard right now at halftime, 56-0. I think the Mart Panthers just might pull that one out. You have Norman G. Panthers over the Grapeland Sandies at halftime, 44-14. Cayuga Wildcats are down to Dawson Bulldogs right now at halftime, 23-0. You have your Axtell Longhorns trailing Italy Gladiators in the second quarter. The Gladiators are up 34-6. You have Avalon Eagles over the Bonham Bulldogs at halftime, 39-8. And it looks like the Coolidge Yellow Jackets and Penelope Wolverines are going to play tomorrow at 7:30. Pull up some closer games to our area. You've got North Forney High School Falcons leading Forney High School Jackrabbits 27-14 in the second quarter. Looking for a couple of closer games towards us. You got the Rusk Eagles over the Madisonville Mustangs at halftime, 16-7. The Bullard Panthers are leading the Brownsboro Bears 42-14 in the second quarter. Number 7 Gilmore Buckeyes are leading 41-0 at halftime against Pittsburgh Pirates. Looking for that Conley score. Palestine Wildcats are leading Henderson Lions at halftime 7-0. That looks like a good game there. You have the Chilton Cubs down to the Buffalo Bison right now, 20-17 at halftime. So Buffalo's playing a good game there. You've got Mesquite Jaguars 28 and Tyler Lions 17 in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. Your Stephenville Yellow Jackets are leading Alvarado Indians 28-14 at halftime. And Kilgore Bulldogs are leading Chapel Hill Bulldogs 28-7 at halftime. Your Lindale Eagles are down to the Athens Hornets right now in the second quarter, 16-14. And at halftime, Corsicana Tigers are tied with Royce City Bulldogs, 14-14. And as we had games played earlier this week, you had the Grosbeck Goats pulling out a big one against the Tig Lions, 51-41. The Fairfield Eagles got their first win against the Eustis Bulldogs, 27-6. And for some reason, I'm losing connection on my phone. So that's probably about all the scores that we're going to have at halftime. With 14 minutes to go, the Vandal Band is going to play their halftime show. So we will be back for the kickoff of the second half once we return after a small break for our sponsorship.
over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country life estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
If you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of the family.
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mexia. Big Drip offers a variety.
Today's game brought to you by Eagle Auto Parts, located on Main Street. For more information, visit eagleauto.com. Today's game brought to you by...
All right, and we're back here at Vandal Field here in Van, Texas, as the Mexia Black Cats are taking on the Van Vandals. The score is 21-14 in Mejia's favor. As we get set to begin the second half, Mexia will be receiving the ball.
Number 28, Alex Zeifer will kick off.
Looks like number 28 for the Vandals will be kicking. That's Alex Zeifer. And back deep for Mexia, looks like we have Trey Holman and Xavier Molina, as Molina picks up the ball, and he hits the gap, and he's running, and he has one man to beat, and he gets by him, and he's running. He picks up a block, and at the end he cuts over.
What?
Oh, and he's in the end zone. And that's going to be a touchdown for Mexia on the kickoff.
And there's
Looking
no
across the
laundry
field.
on the field.
I don't see any yellow flags down. And that was a great job by Molina as he initially bobbled the catch on the kickoff. And then once he got it up, he just took off straight up the middle of the field. And his speed was too much for Van as they just couldn't catch up to him. He got a couple good blocks down there at the end of the run from a couple teammates. And once he got down the field, there was nobody going to catch him. He cut back to his right and ran right in the end zone. Mexia goes for two on the extra point, and they were not able to convert it. So that'll break Mejia's lead, jump back up to 27-14 with 11:46 left in the third quarter. So with just 14 seconds off the clock, Mexia has already added another touchdown to their score.
And I think that, like you said, when Molina initially went to go catch that ball and he bobbled it, that's probably what helped open up the hole, because it looked like that the Van Vandals kind of slowed down a little bit, because, you know, when you see the ball on the ground, then your mind mentality starts to change. But Molina picked the ball up real quick, and his blockers, you know, they created that hole right up the middle, and he was gone.
Right, because as he went to pick up the ball off the ground, there looked like there were two Van defenders right there to possibly make the play or try to get the ball. And he just picked it up, and he saw him, and he just made a little sidestep, and his acceleration looked like he was at top speed within about 2 or 3 steps. And then it was just a track meet with him running down the field.
Yeah, seeing that speed from Molina being only a sophomore, you know that, you know, we got some seniors graduating this year. We're going to have people step up and fill in those holes for next year. That might be a pretty good sight to see right there.
So Mejia's coverage unit spreads out here. We'll have Davila and Martinez set the kick, and it looks like it'll be Martinez again as he kicks it real short there, and it's going to be fielded by Van. And that time the Black Cats are there to bring him down. And he's going to be brought down about the 37-yard line, looks like. We'll see where exactly they mark it. It's going to be marked. No, it's going to be marked right around the 39, Van's 39-yard line, where they'll take over as Sandals was flying down the field and making the tackle on that kickoff.
And there was a little bit of extracurricular activity there after the play. And that's one thing I like to see is the refs didn't have to jump in. The guys that didn't get hot-headed, they stopped, and they continued to just play football.
So Van's offense on the field, snap back to Rainey. He dumps it over to the left. Oh, and Mejia's there. Oh, and Thomas gets away from a tackler. Oh, and then he's brought down.
Look out, ref.
Yeah, and
Thomas, the ball carrier.
And that looked like Trey Holman came up from that safety spot and took Thomas down after a gain of 5. It looked like there was going to be a couple, or that was Jabrian Busby from his linebacker spot. It looked like there was a couple Black Cats there to try to bring him down in the backfield, and Thomas was able to slip their grasp and pick up positive yardage. So it'll be Rainey back under center as he empties the backfield. There'll be trips to the top, twins to the bottom. Van looks to the sideline. Rainey takes the snap. He looks to throw, and it'll be dumped outside to Thomas, and he stays up on his feet, and then he's brought down there by Bradley. That'll be enough yardage for a first down as he moves the ball just across midfield and down to the Mexia 48-yard line. And that just dumped it off quick.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we've seen from the Mexia Black Cats defense tonight is their initial tackling. You know, they haven't gotten a lot of missed tackles tonight, so that was a great job.
Snap back to the quarterback. It's going to be a handoff to number 5. He's around the left side, and then he's going to be rode down there.
Number 5, Javante Thomas.
And that looks like Jarrell Wiley on the tackle.
Yeah, Javante Thomas, he ran the ball. He started to the left, And then he saw a hole open up there at the middle, and he got a pretty good 8-yard gain for the Vandals, which will make it 2nd and 2 with 10:15 left in the third quarter.
Ball on the Mexia 40-yard line as Van moves up to the ball with their offensive line. Rainey in the backfield, Thomas to his right. Snap back, dumped off real quick to the offensive right, and there's going to be Thomas out around the edge, and he's ushered out by number 2, Trey Holman, and it looked like a little holding right there.
Hold there
against. It looked like that was B.J. Sunday coming up to make a play, and he just seemed to get grabbed and kept from getting past the blocker to the ball carrier.
Yeah, number 2, Manny Moore.
The loss of yardage on that play as the running back stumbled coming out of the backfield. Look, they tried to go with a different running back this time. That looks like number 20 for the Vandals, and that's Ja'Kalen Johnson, if that's the right number.
Yeah, that's 20.
And so it looks like now he'll come out of the game as he took the handoff. He just
26.
26.
We
Garrett
apologize.
Flory was in the backfield, and he just looks like his foot got caught in the turf, and he just tripped and went down on a knee as soon as he took the handoff.
Yeah, that's the thing about this turf. If you have long spikes, you might get tripped up sometimes, and that's exactly what happened.
They'll bring up 4th and 3 here as they put Thomas in the backfield, direct snap. And that was Jarrell Wiley on a linebacker blitz as he flew through the line of scrimmage, and he buried Thomas back around the 35-yard line.
And, we've been longing to see that, because Mexia don't run a lot of blitz packages. And so they caught Vance not ready for that. Wiley came through untouched, and, Thomas had no chance to.
It looked like Thomas was going to try to pass the ball out of that Wildcat set, and as soon as he picked his head up and pulled the ball back, Wiley had his pads right in his gut and drove him into the turf. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 for Mexia from their own 35-yard line. Miller under center. It'll be a handoff around the left side. And it's going to be no gain as it looks like that was Trey Jones on the carry. As Van did a good job of getting over and just kind of walling up and not giving Jones anywhere to run.
Yeah, there's nothing Jones could have done on that.
No.
The defensive line, they got a good push about a yard back before Jones even started trying to advance the ball. So, give it off to the defensive line there. They did their job down to make it a 2nd and 10, but
I think slanted. They guessed right and slanted straight into where the play was going, and Mexia really couldn't do anything with it. Miller under center, snap back. He looks, he throws. There's a wide open man, and it's going to be on the field. He catches it, and he's running. He cuts back. He's still going. He's down. He's at the 15, and he's going to be brought down to the 15-yard line. As Miller did a great job selling that fake, and when he pulled, there was about 4 Vandal defenders in the backfield, and none of them realized he had the ball, and Luna was out behind everybody wide open.
Yeah, as soon as Miller started pulling out, I saw Luna break free, and I was just hoping that those defenders didn't get to him because Luna was wide open, and Mexia has not thrown the ball tonight. I think that might have been their second or third pass. But that was a great throw by Miller to connect with Luna.
Yeah, he was going to try to over the shoulder and catch it himself.
Yeah, it looked like the whole time. It looked like Frank
like Bradley.
Bradley. He read the pass play a little bit better than the receiver did.
Right.
But Bradley's lined up about 10 yards off of that number 4 right there.
Yeah, that's a good defense because he's given up about 6 inches to that receiver. As Fours got a lot of height on him. He's going to be back and spread, snap back. It's going to be quarterback run this time. And 7, he's going to be hit, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's the thing about this Mexia defense tonight. Van, they're usually breaking big plays, but, they're slowly getting their plays, 20-yard run here, 25-yard run there. But the Black Cats, they're not really giving up anything. They're able to stop the run before it can break loose to be something big.
Single back, twins to each side. It'll be done in the backfield next to Rainey. Thomas in the slot up top. Snap back. It's a quick pass. It's going to be caught, and the receiver is going to be driven into the ground And that's going to be Holman and Bradley. Looks like on the play. As Van was able to pick up. Van was able to pick up the first down as the ball's moved down to the 29-yard line. Snap back to Rainey. He's got a lot of time. He surveys the field. He throws and catches made that time by number 4, and that's Luka Kozev.
Yeah, that time, Bradley, he's playing too far off right now. When you get closer to the end zone, you've got to try to play up on your receiver.
They've kind of noticed that, right, and they're just kind of throwing those quick outs to 4 over on the side. And Bradley, he's kind of caught between because he doesn't want him to. Oh, and that time 7 keeps, and he's dropped for a big loss as Wiley came on a blitz once again, and there's nobody touching him when he blitzed. He was in the backfield before the quarterback could make a fake, and then we have a Black Cat down, and that's going to be Daniels.
Hopefully just kind of tweaked his ankle a little bit.
And we're going to go to a timeout as they attend to the injured player on the field. In the slot to the bottom. It's going to be a pass set, and now you got a big James Abraham gets loose, and it's going to be dumped off there to the receiver, and he's going to be tackled short, right back at the original line of scrimmage, and that's a great job there by the Mexia defenders. And I believe that
was that Miller?
No, was it Frankie Smith? Frankie Smith come up from his cornerback spot. He kept the receiver in front of him. Oh, and they're going to say it was Xavier Molina on the tackle. Whichever one it was, did a great job of coming up and securing that tackle and taking the receiver down right as he caught it. He's going to bring up 4th and about 9 here with the ball placed on the Mexia 17-yard line. And Mexia shows blitz, and Wiley comes. Oh, and Mejia's there, and they have the quarterback. He gets a loose. And Mejia's coming up. He's going to throw it deep. Oh, and it's through the receiver's hands. And that time the quarterback got out of the grasp of the Mexia defender. And when he did, one of the defensive backs or linebacker came flying up for run support on the opposite side as he reverse field, and it left a man open in the field, and the quarterback tried to throw it to him.
Yeah, that looked like Austin Gregory for the Vandals. He was wide open in the end zone, and
ball just
luckily he's not as tall as number 4.
Yeah, and the ball just got right over him and went out the end zone. So Mexia will take over once again on a turnover on downs as the defense was able to hold on 4th down. The offense comes back onto the field, and it'll snap back, handoff to Holman around the right side. And he puts his head down and picks up about 4 on that run.
Yeah, one thing you're seeing from Mejia's offensive line is I think they're starting to try to tire down the Vandals on defense because they're getting great push. And Holman wasn't touching until he was about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, which would give the Black Cats a 2nd down and about 6.5, 7 to go with 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Where you want to see Mexia put together a long drive.
Right. It'll be Miller under center, snap back. Oh, Miller keeps it. He stiff storms the defender, and now he's just off to the races, and he puts his shoulder down and just runs over a tackler over on the Mexia sideline.
Yeah, he faked me out because I thought Wiley had the ball and he was fixing to run for 6, but Miller did a great job of getting loose of those tackles and making it a short 3rd and 1.
Yeah, because it looked like there was a man right there as he came out of the fake that could have brought him down about 5 yards scrimmage, and he just stiff-armed him to the ground and then got up the sideline to pick up about 6 yards or 5 yards on that run. Miller under center, snap back. It's going to be a handoff to Wiley. He pushes across the line. Looks like it's going to be a 2-yard gain, enough for a 1st down, but we do have a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we're going to have the defensive end over here who was kind of lined up along with the Mexia Black Cats offensive line. So Mejia's going to take that 5-yard penalty more than likely.
Yeah, if you only gain 2. Either way, they'll pick up the first, but you'll get 5 yards off the penalty instead of 2. Unlike you. It wasn't real hard to miss that one. You're right on the end of the line in front of the line judge, and your shoulder pads are even with the tackle shoulder pads.
I think he was a little bit further than the tackle was.
Right. So Mexia moves back up to the line of scrimmage. Miller under center. Snap back. Handoff to Wiley, and he turns his legs and keeps pushing, and he picks up about 2 yards on that run.
Yeah, Wiley's he's just going to fight through and get as much as he can. And it looks like the Black Cats are just going to run this clock down to the end of the third quarter.
Right, with 10 seconds left in the third quarter, Mexia leading 33-14. Looks like they'll let the clock run down to end the third quarter. And as the clock hits 0, Mexia will go into the fourth quarter with the lead. We'll flip fields here in Van, Texas at Vandal Field, and we'll bring you fourth quarter action after this break. Mexia Black Cats versus Van Vandals.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find...
All right, and we're here back at Vandal Field. And we're going
to the Black Cats tonight as they've put together some long drives.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Black Cats. Snap around the left side. Holman gets it, and he's going to be hit right about the 30-yard line out to the 31. So he picks up a yard on that, and it's going to bring up 4th and long here for the Black Cats, and they're going to send out the punt unit.
Yeah, with as good as your defense is playing tonight, Abram, he's going to be happy just to go ahead and punt the ball away, run some more time off the clock, and depend on his defense to make sure that, that we keep the game under control.
Right, and right here you want to make sure everything's solid from the snap to the catch and the punt, and we get it away. And that time the punter is hit on the kick, and there's no flag. I guess they're going to –
I didn't see any tip, so I don't know how we did not get roughing the punter.
I guess they're going to say it wasn't significant enough contact. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was good acting by the punter. I don't know. But he went down with a player looked like running into him. But the ball was kind of kicked off the side of his foot and went out of bounds at the Van 45-yard line. So it was a short punt that time for Mexia. So Van will start 1st and 10. Quarterback looks to throw. He's got a long time. He throws it out, and that ball, a diving catch made that time by 12. That'll be Bradshaw.
It's complete to number 12, Braden Bradshaw.
And that'll be across midfield down to the Mexia 46-yard line.
It looked like, he caught it enough for the first down, but I guess the ref didn't know that once he hits the ground, he was down.
And the quarterback rolls to his right. He looks to throw, and he has a receiver over to the right, right now they're just taking advantage of Mejia's corners playing deep off, and they're pushing up to the corner, and then they're breaking the routes off, and the quarterback's just throwing it underneath, and they're moving the chains. That's another first down to the Mexia 35-yard line. Snap back to the quarterback, handoff to Dunn. He comes up. Oh, he's going to be hit, and then he's going to be drugged back.
Number 9, Zion Dunn.
Yeah, like you said, Wallace, it looks like the Vandals are just taking advantage of your corners playing soft right now. But one thing that we've seen is the closer to the end zone that the Vandals get, the
2nd and 5 for the Vandals.
The better that the secondary's pressure is.
It's going to be green set up that time by Van. Oh, and Mejia's there to pick it up, but the receiver is able to make a couple moves and pick up about 6 yards and get another first down.
Yeah, that Bradshaw kid, he's a football player. Ball in his hands, he's going to make something happen.
And so Van's in a little up-tempo offense right now as they're down 3 scores. It's going to be a pass out to the right, and that time it's going to be caught by number 4, and Bradley brings him down right on the catch. And again, they ran that slant by that outside receiver, and he just gets across the face of the cornerback and gets that big body in front of him and secures the catch. Snap back to Rainey. He drops back looking to throw. And he's got a man. Oh, and it's undercut that time by Holman, who does a great job of getting under Thomas and knocking that ball away.
Yeah, Holman, he had eyes on Thomas the whole time. And as soon as he saw the quarterback square up and get ready to toss the ball to Thomas, you saw Holman break across the field, and he read that great to break the pass up.
Right. And so that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 here for Van as the ball's spotted on the Mexia 18-yard line. Rainey, as they check over to the sideline for the play, they'll have twins to both sides. Running back flank to the left of Rainey. And he'll look, and it's going to be a quick pass out. And he's going to be hit and drugged down, but it's going to be enough yardage for a first down. As, again, the cornerbacks are playing soft, and they're just running slants and outs and little short routes underneath and playing pitch and catch with the quarterback.
Yeah, I can understand we're giving up a little bit of size out there in the corners. Well, the closer you get to the end zone, the tighter you've got to start playing.
And here you have man motions out to the slot, and that's number 5. Rainey's going to look to throw. He throws it out to the end zone, and he throws it too wide, and they were looking for Thomas on that one, and he just wasn't able to get to that pass as Mexia was able to get pressure in the quarterback's face. And that looked like Busby and Molina coming off the edge. And the quarterback just had to get rid of it as quick as he could.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, it looks like Holman, he's spying on Thomas there, and every time that Thomas goes out for a pass, Holman's right on him every time.
Snap back. It's going to be a quick pass on the slant. Oh, and the receiver is hit hard as he catches it right at the goal line.
And I'm going to tell you this. When you take shots like that on a cold night like this, it hurts a lot worse. But that was a shot by who was that? Was that Sandals?
That looked like that was probably Holman who came in from that safety spot and delivered that blow. But 4 was able to hold on to it and get it, and now we'll get a quarterback keeper as Thomas took it on the direct snap and takes it in for the 2-point conversion. Or actually, that'll be a touchdown as the reception was marked short of the goal line. So Van's able to get on the board again with a touchdown there from Thomas, and they'll run out their kicking unit as they've cut into the Mexia lead to make it 33-20, pending the extra point. Snaps back, ball's down. The kick is up and good. So now the score is Mexia 33, Van 21. After the scoring drive, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more fourth quarter action. 8:11 on the clock.
Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
And we're back here at Vandal Field as Van was just able to add to their point total with a touchdown and extra point. They're going to be set to kick to the Black Cats as it looks like they'll try an onside kick, and that ball is picked up there. And and that was a great job by John Luna. As the ball died and didn't get the 10 yards, John Luna just came up because all the Van players went to the 50. He came up and picked up the ball about the 45, and if he could have kept his footing, he may have had a chance to get to the end zone.
And I think that's what the problem was he saw all that green in front, and his feet said, hey, let us catch up with your body before you start going.
Yeah, he got a little top heavy there, and he just kind of tumbled over, and the ball will be spotted at the Van 42-yard line here to start Mejia's drive. And now if you're the Black Cats, you want to put together something solid and try to go get points on the board. It's going to be a handoff to Holman around the right side, and he's going to be brought down. And that's actually going to be a loss of about a yard on that play.
Yeah, I know you want to try to play a little bit conservative with the 12 lead right now, but as we saw from Van, they can drive the ball down the field and put points on you. So,
the last couple of drives have kind of gone backwards for Mejia. You want to look at trying to get something down the field and try to keep the momentum on your side, keep your, for lack of better saying, keep your foot on their throat and going at them and not get complacent. As Miller's under center, he takes the handoff to Jones as he jumps over a defender and falls forward for a couple yards.
And I think what the Black Cats might do here, Wallace, is if they don't pick up the first down on this third and 8, third and 7, third and 8, it is probably going to be 4-down territory, like you said. You're not going to get much on the punt. It's going to be a little bit too far for a field goal, but you'll also eat up about a minute and a half on the clock.
Right. And I'm with you on that one. Right now you go 4 down, you're trying to use as much clock as you can with 6:50 left in the fourth quarter. Handoff underneath to Wiley, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. And right now there's just not much going for Mejia. They've kind of gotten away from the little bit of spread they ran and the tempo they had going, and Van's been able to get a score and kind of get into a little momentum, and their defense is flying around and making plays. We're going to get a timeout here. As the players take a timeout, we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll bring you a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be back. 6:45 left in the fourth quarter. Mejia leading 33-21.
For over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
All right, and we're back as Mejia has sent out, looks like their punt unit here on 4th and 7. Looks like it'll be Andrew Smiley this time back to punt. Be snapped back. Smiley gets it. Oh, and he gets it away. And it's going to be a short. It hits and takes a Mejia roll inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. And, that's good. A good job by Sunday as he was Andrew Sunday was able to get a good punt, get it up high, and as it was turning end over end, it hit and took a good Mejia roll for about another 8 yards down inside the 15.
Yeah, if that ball would have bounced the other way, that
it would have been how we were talking about, not much yardage on the punt, but he does do his job coming in to punt then, and they'll have Van down deep in their own territory as Mejia's defense is back on the field with 6:36 left in the fourth quarter. Snap back. There's going to be a quick pass out underneath. There's going to be a little hook and ladder as he throws it to 5, and 5's pushed out of bounds. And, that time –
it looked like they had more yards on the catch.
Well, that time the soft defense by the cornerback actually helped him because they threw that quick little hook route to number 4, and because the defender was so far off, he could see him set up to try to pitch it back to 5. And so he just came up and he hit him right there and knocked him out of bounds. So that'll be a gain of about 7 on that play. Ball's at the 20. It's going to be a nice throw underneath, caught by 12, out to about the 30-yard line. Bradshaw. And they're going to blow it dead right at the 30. That's going to be enough yardage for a first down, as that's a pretty significant pickup there of 10 yards on that pass play. And Rainey drops back in the gun. You'll have twins to each side running back to the right. He drops back to pass. He throws across the middle. Oh! And Trey Holman was right there. The ball went in and out of his hands as it looked like he was going to be able to pull it in for an interception.
Yeah, it looked like the initial receiver was going to be Thomas down the field, but the quarterback led Thomas just a little bit too much. And Trey, like you said, Trey had a chance to get that interception. But while it's going back to that hook and ladder, I understand them trying to run that trick play, but you see how soft Bradley's playing on the receiver. I would have ran it on the other end.
Snap back to Rainey. He rolls to his right. He looks to throw, and it's going to be caught there by number 4. And that's again Luka Kozev.
They've got to start putting a little bit more pressure out there on the corner walls. They're giving them way too much grass, way too much room.
Right. Four has not ran down the field other than that one busted trick play that he got the long touchdown run on. Everything else has just been underneath routes, simple little 7-8 yard outs, and then 5 yard ends and stick routes.
Yeah, I looked over. They didn't stop the game clock whenever they got the first down, so they're going to have to reset the game clock to 5:46. But like you said, Ford, he's getting 8 yards in front of him automatically.
Right.
And once the ball snapped, Bradley, he's backing up and not seeing what the receiver's doing, and that's allowing Van to move the ball down the field.
Snap back to Rainey. He looks to his left. He throws. He has a receiver, and he just throws it out wide as 12's not able to get to that one.
Yeah, the Bradshaw was the initial receiver, and he looks like they just let him just a little bit too much. But he was wide open as well over there on the end. So the Black Cats, they've got to.
Right. Looks like we're more in like a little prevent defense, and Van's just taking what the Black Cats are giving them, and they're throwing the underneath routes, and that's giving them yardage to move it down the field. And here you get a snap back to Rainey. Blitz coming. He throws it out wide. Oh, and that ball's on the ground.
That looked like
that ball's on the ground.
Wow.
They're going to give him the catch. That ball was clearly on the ground.
That ball skipped about the 49, and they gave it to him
at
to
other
the
49.
Black Cats 49.
Yeah, I mean, when you have your hands on top of the ball on the ground, there's no way you caught that ball, but they're going to give him the catch on that one. It's going to be a handoff this time to Dunn, and then he's brought down by the Black Cats about the 43-yard line.
And that's going to stop the clock for the Vandals again at 5:14 left in the fourth quarter. The Black Cats defense, they've done a great job on this explosive Vandals offense tonight.
Snap back to Rainey. He rolls to his right. He looks to throw. He's still looking, and now he's got a Black Cat defender on him, and they're going to take him down on a big sack. That time by Big James Abraham.
On our roster tonight.
As that time you saw a couple good pass rush moves by the defensive lineman, and as Abraham broke around to try to get to the quarterback, he just kind of got tackled.
That might be 72. I might need to start wearing my glasses.
No, they called it on number 70.
Okay. Well, and I'm sorry we don't have a name for him on the roster tonight, y'all. But, that really helps the Black Cats out right now because Van's they're going down the field just all nilly-willy, all they want.
Right, and they move the ball back to the Mexia 42-yard line, bring up 1st and 20 here, snap back to – there's going to be a screen set up, and he cuts back across the field, and Mejia's there. Oh, and the Black Cat defenders run into each other. And it's going to be a gain of about 17 yards on that first down play. Because it's just a screen underneath to the running back, and then he's able to make a play and get down the field. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3 here from the Black Cat 25-yard line. Oh, and we're going to get looks like a timeout by Mexia. With 3:26 left in the fourth quarter, Mexia leading 33-21. We're going to take a timeout with both teams, and we'll be back with more fourth quarter action.
If you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, If you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
All right, and we're back here with fourth quarter action from Vandal Field in Van, Texas. 3:26 left on the fourth quarter clock. Mexia leading 33-21. Van has the ball and driving. 2nd and 3 from the Mexia 25-yard line. It's going to be a pass out and caught by 4. Bradley grabs him and is able to pull him out of bounds, but it looks like he's going to pick up enough yardage for a first down, and he does, as that ball will be spotted about the Mexia 21-yard line.
But that was a better job by Bradley at that time.
Right.
I know he got the first down, but you saw that the coverage, it wasn't so deep, and I think Bradley might be getting a little bit more confidence within himself.
Yeah, he's moved up a few yards on his coverage here. So snap back, and he looks to throw, and now he throws across the field. There's going to be a complete pass down to the 1-yard line. Yeah, and that's going to be Thomas on the catch.
And he did go about a yard short and rolled into the end.
So it looks like Van will set up to snap the ball. Handoff, and quarterback will keep it, and he's up the middle and into the end zone. As Van adds 6 to this point total, and they cut the Mexia lead down to 6 as it is now Mexia 33, Van 27.
That was a 13-play.
Van will set up to kick the field goal, as it'll be number 22 for Van. That's Reed Johnson on to kick the extra point, and the kick is up, and it barely squeaks across the crossbar, but it's good, and it'll make the score, bring the score to Mexia 33, Van 28 with 3:03 left in the fourth quarter. We're going to flip fields. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more Black Cat football.
You're listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer & Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
Milestones and moments that become memories to last a lifetime. Brandy Garza at Photo Trappings Downtown Mexia is here to capture all of your milestones and moments, offering newborn, children, seniors, family, and special occasion photography. Visit Photo Trappings on Facebook for all the latest specials and mini sessions. Photo Trappings, 115 East Commerce, Downtown Mexia. Call or text 254-562-PICS. Mexia Insurance Services proudly supports Mexia ISD, the Mexia Black Cats, and the Mexia Lady Cats, located at 811 Milam, serving the Tri-County.
All right, and we're back here with 3:03 left on the fourth quarter clock. Mexia leading by 5, 33-28. Van just scored a touchdown and added the extra point. They're going to set up for the onside kick as the kickers already placed the ball. They have return men over on the side, and it's going to be a onside kick attempt by Van, and that's going to be caught by Holman, and then he's going to be tackled right about the 46-yard line. And so Mexia's offense will take over, and if you're Mexia here, James, you want to run this last 3:02 off of the clock.
Yeah, you've got to be smart on offense. You know, your line's got to be disciplined, but this is where you're thinking, Wallace, earlier in the third quarter when we went for those two-point conversions and didn't get them, now you're thinking how much will that hurt us if we give the ball up a little bit too early and give it back to Van. You know, like you said, we got 3:02 left. Do you want to run off as much clock? You know, do you try to go
Snap
deep?
Back to Miller, hand off to Wiley. He hits a spin move. Oh, and he's out the right side, and he's at the 30. 25, 20, 10, and that's going to be a touchdown. Jarrell Wiley as he just made that play happen, as he took the handoff, went left, again used his great vision and patience, ran into the back of his blockers, let his blockers seal off the lane, and he cut back to the right. And after he cut back, nobody was going to catch him.
You know, you've got to give your line your credit.
Right.
But that run is all Wiley, you know.
Yeah, he hit a spin move in the middle of that line that got him away from everybody. And it'll be Martinez on to kick the extra point, Sunday on the hole. And Mejia's running a player out late, but they are going to get him out there, it looks like.
Yeah, they got plenty of time still.
Snap back, it's down, kick is up, and it's good. So Mexia adds to their lead and puts it back to an 11-point or a 12-point game, as the score is now Mexia 40, Van 28. You know, and as we were saying, just like you were saying, you know, Jarrell Wiley deserves so much credit because he made a great move in the middle of that defense, in the middle of the line to free himself up and allowed him to just kind of bounce it out to the right. And once he did, you know, it was a track meet, and there wasn't anybody on the other side of the field that could catch up to him.
Yeah, whenever I was going downstairs during the halftime, I heard some of the coaches in the press box talking about Wiley. You know, they said if you give that boy the ball, you can't stop him because he's so strong and he's got that football mentality of finding the placement of where he needs to go. And even if you get a body in front of him, you better hope it's a thick enough body because he's going to railroad over you. And like we saw a while ago, you know, I was saying, do we go deep or what? And then all of a sudden, Wiley breaks that
Right.
that run for the touchdown. But you've got to give it to the Black Cats offense tonight. You know, they've knocked heads and they kept strong and just kept going. And, you know, at one point they could have said, well, let's just see what we could do. But no, they just kept fighting.
Right, and here we go. Mexia gets set to kick the ball off. And this time it'll be Martinez. He squeezes it down the field, and that ball will be picked up by number 12, Bradshaw. And he's out into the open field, and he's got a man to beat, and he's going to be caught right there, and that's number 31. That'll be number 31 for the Black Cats, David Davila, who's able to catch up to him and drag him down as he gets inside the Mexia 25 on that return. And you know, we've seen that all night as they've kicked it straight down the middle of the field, and 12's picked it up and had good returns every time. And like you said earlier, we know you're trying to keep it away from 5 down there, but you may want to try to kick it up in the air to get your coverage down the field and kick it away from 12 and 5.
Yeah, I agree. You know, a pitch kick at this point in time in a game would have been great, you know, because Van, that's one thing you didn't want was a great return
right
after that touchdown from Van. And, you know, Van's got momentum right now.
Snap back. It's going to be a quick pass out to the right, and that's good coverage by Frankie Smith as they were trying to get that ball back again to number 12, Bradshaw, over on the left side at his outside receiver position.
And I don't agree with that pass right there going to Bradshaw. You know, he just had that run back. He's probably a little tired. You know, he's still a little gimp from that twisted ankle or knee that he had a while ago.
So it'll be Rainey in the backfield. He sets the throw. He's got a couple men chasing him. He throws it downfield after he's hit it. Oh, and it's intercepted. And it's being returned. And he cuts back across field. Oh, makes a man miss. He spins. He's still on his feet, and he's down, finally tackled. And that's Trey Holman on the interception at the goal line. And he returns it out across the Black Cat 35. As there's a great play by Holman.
You know, I'm going to give Holman the credit for that interception, Wallace. But one thing that the fans didn't see was it looked like Abraham had a free hit on that quarterback as he was throwing the ball. And with his great discipline and the discipline coming from these coaches, Abraham let up right after he threw that ball. It could have been dangerous for Mexia. It could have been roughing the passer. But with great discipline, we was able to get that interception.
There's going to be a handoff this time as Mejia's going to be stacked up in the backfield.
Number 4, Lamarion Miller.
Going to be some late pushing and shoving.
You kind of figured that might start coming.
And there's going to be timeout Van as they're going to try to preserve some time with 2:18 left in the fourth quarter Mexia with the ball, leading this game 40-28. We're going to take a quick pause here, and we'll be back with the end of the fourth quarter here from Vandal Field. And we're back here in Van, Texas, as the Black Hats had a great play and intercepted a pass at the goal line from Van and brought it back out, and the offense is back on the field here, 2nd and 11 from the Mexia 35. It's going to be a handoff, and he's stacked up. There's going to be some late action. There goes a flag as the whistle blew, and then the defender just threw Wiley down. He couldn't tackle him during the play, and after they blew the whistle and Wiley let up, the defender picked him up and just slammed him on the ground.
Yeah, and that looked like number 5, Thomas. You know, his frustration starting to kick in.
I think that's 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah, and there's going to be a personal foul against number 6. And that'll be 15 yards for Mexia and an automatic first down. So the Black Hats are able to move the ball and pick up a new set of downs there on the penalty, after Van had actually done a good job of kind of holding them and pushing them backwards.
Yeah, and this is the point in time, you know, Van's got one timeout, and after this play, depending on how many yards you gain on it, you know, if Van burns that timeout, you can literally just run the clock out.
I think they just burned it. I think they just burned their last time out there after the penalty, because the play clock would start on the whistle and Mexia would be able to run more clock. So they're going to use the timeout there. So with 2:12 left, we'll take another quick break, and we'll be back as Mexia leads 40-28. All right, and we're back here. Miller under center, snap back, handoff to Wiley as he pushes forward. And again, some extra pushing and shoving after the whistle, but Wiley picks up about 3 or 4 on that run.
Gain of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6.
He's going to bring up 2nd and 6 here as he moves the ball across midfield and down to the Van 49-yard line.
Yeah, it shows that Van has one timeout on the board, Wallace, but
yeah, I think that should have been their last one that they just called.
But that was a great run by Wiley, getting up that 3 yards, burning this clock with 1 minute and 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter, with Mexia leading 40-28.
Miller gets the offense set. He's under center, and there's going to be some early movement. And that was a defender came across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you see the urgency for Van trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, and now you get some walking up into the other huddle, mouthing and chopping, and Mexia does a good job of just kind of turning around and going back to their huddle.
But that's one thing that we've seen tonight, Wallace, is just great disciplined football from the Black Cats.
And after the penalty, that brings up 2nd and about 2 here for the Black Cats, with the ball placed at the Van 44-yard line. Miller will be under center as he takes the snap and just puts his head down and pushes forward. And
looks like he might be about a yard short.
Number 4, Lamarion Miller on the keeper.
Yeah, they move it up to the 43-yard line, but he'll be a yard short. He'll bring up 3rd and 1 here as they just ran a quarterback sneak on that play.
Yeah, I think on this snap, Wallace, I think you do the same thing. You know, 3rd and 1, let Miller just take the ball at the middle and get that first down.
They're going to get a late substitution here by Van, and they're able to make it. Miller takes it, and he puts his head down, and now he's just rumbling, and he's still going. And He picks up about 4 yards on the quarterback sneak, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Moves the ball down to about the Van 38-yard line.
And that should wind it up.
With no timeout, Van has no timeouts left. The game clock is at 23. They're not going to be able to stop it. Mahea's just going to let the time run out, and that'll end the game as 14 seconds remain on the clock, and it's still rolling down to 10. Mexia will get a 40-28 victory over Van tonight. That'll move Mexia to 2-0 in district as they stay up at the top of the district race here. Van, this is their first district game, so they'll go to 0-1 in district.
And was able to stop Van from getting into the end zone as much.
Yeah, Mexia was able to, I believe it was 3 turnovers with 4 turnovers with 3 fumbles and an interception tonight, and then several turnovers on down. So, the defense really came and played well. Even though Van was able to put up 28 points, they were able to stop them in key situations and allow Mexia to keep the lead and go on to victory. So we want to say kudos to the Mexia players, kudos to the Mexia coaches. A great job tonight, a good win for the guys and allowing them to stay at the top of the leaderboard in the district race as they move to 2-0 in the district. Next week, Mexia will have a bye, so we won't be in action Friday night. But in 2 Fridays, we will be back with Mexia versus, I believe it's Bullard. Mexia versus Bullard.
And that might tell you who the district champion is going to be after that game.
And so we will be bringing you that game, and that will be on the 30th, October 30th. We will be on air bringing you that. We want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Remember to continue to share, continue to tell everyone if they're not able to get to the game, they can tune in to Mexia Sports Network as we bring you the Mexia Black Cat football varsity football games each week. We want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Greer Media Time as they bring us, as they are the lead sponsor for this show, and then our many sponsors that you've heard throughout the broadcast. We also want to thank Mexia Athletics and Mexia ISD for allowing us to bring you the games. With that being said, as we always do, we want to say go Black Cats. Great job tonight.